How's it going, everyone? My name is DrapPep. Welcome back to another exciting installment of this series. Oh man, I know you all excited. So amped for this new episode. I know. I uh I was in the Boy Scouts. Such a weird transition, am I right? Just you guys excited? So I was in the Boy Scouts. But no, I was. And I have a very specific reason why. And when I was a kid, I didn't join at the proper age. All right, I missed a rank. I think it goes what, Cub Scouts or something like that. I don't remember. I do not remember. I think I made it all the way to Weeblos. To Weeblos. I was on my way to becoming an Eagle Scout. Okay, I was in it to win it. And the reason I joined was because I went to school one day and I saw, one of my classmates who had a goofy looking uniform. Anyone who doesn't think the Boy Scouts of America's uniform is goofy is sorely wrong. It is by far one of the goofiest, especially with that little bandana we put around our neck and the little clasp to go with it. Oh, so cool. Yeah. And those short shorts that go above the knee, really cool. Oh man, especially with that little emblem on our hat. Oh man. But I joined because one of my classmates had a pocket knife. I was like, "What? You could have that?" Yeah, I can take this out whenever I want. It's like, "Nuh-uh." And he showed me he had like a little certificate, a license. And I was like, "That lets you have that?" He's like, "Yeah." Little did I know, no, that's not what that does. Uh, if you're listening to this and you're like, "Oh, that means I can bring a knife to school." No, it does not. No. Don't do that. You're not allowed. He wasn't allowed. I didn't know that at the time. Um, and so I wanted to join because I was like, I want that license, man. I'm gonna join. I'm gonna get that knife. I'm gonna get it. To me, it was a big deal to have one. But I knew my mom wouldn't let me. My mom was very protective of me. In fact, the reason why I left the Scouts was because one of the tests is you have to go out in the wilderness. And my mom did not think that was a smart idea because I was prone to just wander away. I would be walking with you one minute and then following a butterfly off into the distance. Where's Sean? Who knows? He's being abducted by coyotes. He's gonna live with them now. He's formed a pack with them, a bond, if you will, and he's on his way to go live with them now. That's his new family because he was dumb enough to follow something into the wilderness. So, to her credit, I might have done that. I would be just out there picking up sticks and just be like, "Ooh, what's this?" And just start eating berries from a bush. No hesitation whatsoever. I was an unhinged kid, okay? I was very unhinged. And I drove my parents up the wall. They had their handful with me. Just a gremlin of a child is what I was. Just this autistic gremlin. That's what I was. A trash gremlin, nonetheless. I'll talk about that in another series, but I was prone to diving into dumpsters because I saw something cool in there and I want it. It's not theirs anymore, it's mine. We'll talk about that in another episode. My trash digging days, my burrowing into dumpsters like a raccoon, coming up with buried treasure. But so I knew I had to like convince my mother, and my mom was like, "Why do you want to join the Scouts?" And I was like, nature?" And my mom was like, good. My son, my baby boy, just like me." Because my mom loves nature. My mom loves nature. She loves hiking. She loves going out into the trees. If you get my mom out into the wilderness, she is now an entity. She becomes a cryptid. All right? You take her into the woods, she belongs there now. Years later, kids will start telling stories about the older woman that lives in the woods that steals picnic baskets from campers. That would be her. She would be a woodland cryptid. That's what my mom is. So when I told her, like, oh, I want to join because I want to be in the woods, my mom's like, good, excellent, my spawn. We will go into the woods together. And it started off with just that. And I did not know what I was getting myself into. My mom would just be like, hey, you want to go out into the wilderness? I'm like, I guess. She's like, come on. You want to be a scout, don't you? All I could think about was that knife. It's like, yeah, I do want that. Okay, I'm in. And to her credit, she knew a lot. A little too much. Maybe he started to wonder, Mom, yeah, you got a cave out here I don't know about? Another family of wolves? You have a cub? What's going on? How do you know so much? Huh? How do you know so much? She'd be out there. Oh, this is thatch. And she'd just be pulling stuff out. This is tree bark. Underneath this is edible. I'm like, how do you know these things, Mom? You see these flowers? These are edible. They should be eating like little yellow petals. She goes, don't eat the stem. I'm like, how do you know this stuff? What are you doing? How do you just... And then she had like a hatchet. And like, she was like some like David Crockett, just like... just some wilderness expert out of nowhere. She just pulled out tools out of nothing. She goes, oh yeah, I brought a camping tent. Where did you keep that, Mom? Where did you get that? We're going camping. We're not going home. Not for days. Not for months. Years. We're living out here for now on, son. But I joined the Scouts, and it was fun. I have a lot of pleasant memories about the Scouts. And one of the tests you have to do is, because there's 2 tests. The second one's dumb. First one's even dumber. You have to carve something out of soap. So you get a little knife, and you want to make sure that you're good. Like, if you cut yourself, you're out. You can't. But if you carve something out of soap, then you're good to go. And so I carved a frog out of my soap. I was so ready. I was so ready. And up until then, I was kind of working with wood under supervision. And so when it came to the soap, that took so long. You have no idea how hard it is to cut into soap, man. That is, especially for a child, that was painful. But I did it. I showed off the frog and everything. At first, they were like, that's actually kind of good. Did someone help you? Nuh-uh, man. I did it all on my own. And then they're like, okay, well, here's the certificate. You have to read this now. Read the certificate. Guess who was really weak at reading and still is? Oh, my dyslexic ass. That's right. Time to fumble through this bad boy. Most painful 20 minutes of my life. It took me 20 minutes to read that card. There was a lot on there. But I realized that the card was more of a pledge. That I was, making this pledge to uphold the rules and not use this knife irresponsibly. But I got it. I got my knife. I don't know where that certificate went. I still have all of my badges from being in the Scouts. I don't have my uniform, thank God. But I still... that uniform was awful. Let's be real. But there's actually people who were in the Scouts who liked it. And I was not one of them. There's a lot of traditions. It felt like a cult, to be honest. A cult where everyone was in on it. But no, I had a lot of fun in the Scouts. I actually wouldn't mind telling more stories about some of my experiences being in the Boy Scouts. I don't like calling it the Boy Scouts, to be honest. I just prefer Scouts, but that's just my preference. But yeah, I've got so many stories about being a part of that, and I was in it for a really long time. Like, I was gathering the magazines. The Scouts of America's got magazines, man, that like give you a heads up of what's coming out that you can get, because like they have like merchandise, or what I thought was merchandise. Like, they would be like, oh, here's the new uniforms. Oh, here's the new badges. And then something they don't tell you is you have to buy your own badges. You can earn them and then prove that you've earned them, but then you have to get your own, and you have to like order them and put them on yourself. You have to put them on yourself. So it's not like, ooh, congrats. It's not like AA. You know what I mean? It's not like AA where you're just like, well, I've been sober for this many months, and they give you a free chip. At least I don't. At least I don't think it's free. Is it free? I don't know. I've never been. I've never been a part of a meeting. I think it's free. That would suck if it's not free. You spent all that time working towards that, and now you have to pay. I mean, it's just like the scouts. You had to pay for that, so makes sense. But like I said, I wouldn't mind sharing more stories of what went down with the scouts. Nothing bad, just funny stories. I have a lot of funny stories about my time in there. But as far as this video goes, this is the end of it. I'm having a lot of fun making these episodes, and I really hope all of you are enjoying listening to them. And thank you everyone for joining in.